Alpha Destiny says squats and deadlifts are going to give you a big waist. Hey guys, Steve Shaw here, Massive Iron Channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about a question from Jonas, a viewer, who asks if squats and deadlifts can give you a big waist. He claims he heard it from Alpha Destiny. I'm going to talk about that in this video. Before I do so, guys, if you have a question or comment, check out the link below. Come on over, submit your questions. The best questions I turn into videos just like this. So I'm going to read what Jonas said. Jonas was talking about assistance exercises, and he says, "Hi Steve, please answer this question. Alpha Destiny says that power building, heavy squats and deadlifts and heavy crunches will make your waist big and unaesthetic. And those who want a small waist should avoid beltless squats and deadlifts and heavy core work. He said the old school physique will give you, for the old school physique look, you should avoid those heavy squats, deadlifts, and core work. And he said, if you don't, you will get a blocky waist." So let's talk about this. First and foremost, this is a question from a viewer. I don't have time to follow all of the information floating around on the worldwide YouTubes, so I will leave it up to you guys to research if Alpha Destiny actually said this, and maybe he will comment in the comment section below. So I'm not going to address Alpha Destiny in this video because I don't know if he did or didn't say this, but what I do want to talk about is the concept that squats, beltless deadlifts, or heavy core work will give you a big waist as a natural. What do I think of this concept? I think it is complete nonsense. I completely think it's complete nonsense. Why do I view it as bullcrap? First off, the body has really big muscle groups that have a potential to pack on a lot of size. The back is a huge muscle group. The shoulders, you can tell when you add shoulder mass that they definitely widen your physique. The chest, you can see the upper chest. The quads are a huge example. The quads can go, you can add 4 or 5 inches of your quads, and that can make a dramatic difference. Now, smaller muscle groups, like your abs, like the six-pack in front, and your obliques, your side, the sides of your abs, they are smaller muscle groups. They're not going to add a lot of size to your physique, even if you train them to superhuman strength levels. Especially, look, if you don't train squats and deadlifts without a belt, are you going to get a big blocky waist? Absolutely not, because the abs and the obliques are not big muscle groups. They're not going to get big and thick like your delts or your chest. They will add a little bit of muscle mass, which will make them pop, but there's not enough of a raw canvas there to get them so big that you get this big blocky waist. And let's be honest here, when people think of a blocky waist, they think of the modern bodybuilder. That is not true at all. Now, I will bring into evidence, to back up my opinion, the fact that I have been to dozens of natural bodybuilding contests, and I have seen hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of natural powerlifters compete. I have coached 20 to 30 people in powerlifting myself and been to dozens and dozens of meets. I know who's natural. I know who's not natural. So with that established, when I see super strong bodybuilders on stage in bodybuilding contest shape, when I see top level powerlifters, and I'm not talking about the big boys, I'm talking about naturals that are generally 220 pounds, maybe even 240 pounds and below at powerlifting meets, they don't have big blocky waists. A small percentage of them might, but that's almost always genetically dictated. The vast majority, the 95% or whatever percentage, I'm truncating, I'm guesstimating, do not have big, blocky waists as bodybuilding competitors and as powerlifting competitors. And the vast majority of these lifters squat and deadlift. They squat and deadlift, some of them with belts, some of them without belts. But the point here is that this is rock solid evidence, this is concrete evidence that for naturals, if you do heavy squats, if you do heavy deadlifts, if you do heavy core work, you're not going to get a big blocky waist. The biggest thing that will impact you having a big blocky waist is genetics. A small percentage just are built a little bit blockier. And if you carry around a lot of extra body fat, and if you gain that visceral fat or that internal fat around your organs from a lot of alcohol consumption or a lot of bad food, and you get that kind of a belly, that's going to create a more blocky, full midsection. I've seen so many natural bodybuilders, so many natural power lifters that are 220 pounds and under. They look amazing. Now, on the other hand, if you have guys that are wimpy in their training and they don't do heavy squats and deadlifts and they don't do the heavy core work, they can pack on some muscle mass on their torso, but their waists look pathetic. Their waists look like pencils. They're almost pencil thin because they have no good thickness on their obliques and their abs. And this can be an issue for these guys. Now, a personal experience. When I went into college, I weighed 154 pounds. I was skinny fat. I did heavy squats and heavy deadlifts for 3 years, and I got up to like mid-190s. So I wasn't super lean. I don't know. I was 15, 16, 17% body fat, whatever. My waist was 28 inches. 28 inches. And I guarantee the big, hairy, ugly dude right now, 246 pounds, if I got down to, and I want to get down to 220, but if I got down to 210 and got super lean again, I would probably be in 32-inch jeans again and would have that small waist. I fit into 34s, sometimes 36s right now at 346 pounds, but that's more driven by my quads. So to recap, the idea that heavy squats and heavy deadlifts and heavy core work will give you a blocky waist, in my opinion, is complete nonsense. Now, it was tacked on that if you do them beltless, you're going to get a very thick core. That's complete nonsense, in my opinion. I've seen in the last 30 years far too many naturals who squat and deadlift and don't have thick cores. The only guys that are going to have thick cores are those that are naturally disadvantaged, or guys that eat so much crap and drink so much alcohol that they have a lot of visceral fat. You want that quality mass on your abs and your obliques because that will give you a nice quality pop in your abs, some good definition down at that Adonis belt if you're lean enough. So I don't know if Alpha Destiny actually said this, but I want to tell you guys, this has nothing to do with Alpha Destiny. I just want to address the topic at hand. Train your squats and deadlifts heavy and hard. Don't be one of those pencil waist guys that has no muscle size around your waist. You're not going to get a blocky waist unless you're eating a lot of Doritos and drinking a lot of tequila and packing on that visceral fat. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, check out the link below. If you've made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.